Where might your greatest exposure to air pollution come from? Traffic? Smoking? Your neighbour's wood-burning stove? Or the humble frying of onions? The answer will differ between everyone, but on average, people in Western countries spend over 90% of their time indoors. With skyrocketing gas bills, improving the energy efficiency of buildings by plugging drafts might sound like a good idea, but this might also come at a cost. Air pollution made inside a home can be trapped, causing you to breathe much more air pollution than you might think. Smoke from cooking, smoulder from incense, dust from carpets or sofas, fumes from cleaning, and flushing from toilets all generate aerosol that can be harmful. Indeed, you might be living in one of the parts of the country with the cleanest air, but without adequate ventilation, your environment could be worse than the most polluted cities. Incense burning creates around 4.5 times more particulate pollution than a cigarette, and 100 times more the number of fine particles than a candle. Cigarettes, however, are one of the worst for many reasons, including toxic gases. Every year, 9,500 children in Britain are admitted to hospital because of secondhand smoke, and it accounts for 1 in 5 cot deaths in the UK every year. But something everyone does, cooking. This can be one of the worst offenders for indoor air pollution. I tested this on Pancake Day. We cooked a batch with the windows closed and the fume hood turned off. The particulate pollution went up from 5 micrograms per cubic metre, which is the annual guideline level by the World Health Organization, up to over 400 in a matter of minutes. But turning on the fume hood? Well, it's reduced the particulate pollution significantly, down to around 100. But the most effective way to clean the air was to open the windows to let the air blow right through the flat. The February air is not kind with this approach, so I suggest opening the windows as soon as you see smoke from the frying pan, just for a few minutes. This can really make all the difference, but hours later the pollution levels were still over 300 in a bedroom upstairs. This is because the airflow didn't reach it. If we closed the door to the kitchen when we cooked, we would have had protected the air in the bedrooms. For frying at high temperature sunflower oil produces the least pollution. Olive oil has the highest emissions when fried. Cook with a fume hood on, opening windows, and avoid frying, especially high-fat foods such as processed meats. But if frying needs to be done, do it at lower temperatures and with the right oils. Cooking with induction hobs or heating elements rather than gas helps to reduce the indoor air pollution as well as moving away from fossil fuels. The least polluting way to heat food is in the microwave or by steaming. But how about air frying? Well, air frying a sausage can still increase the particulate pollution by over 1,500 times above the normal level. To use these appliances under a fume hood and with ventilation would be a good idea. So how might the air quality be like in a fast food restaurant? There are many reasons to fight against fast food restaurants, but the air pollution that they generate hardly gets a mention. Particle numbers from grilling and frying meat extend to a range of around 200 metres, and inside restaurants this is much higher. In fact, I measured the particulate pollution level in a fried chicken takeaway shop. It was 107 when the outdoors was 3. But this wasn't the most polluted place that I measured. That was in a pub where they had an open fire. This reached 1,833. But back to cooking emissions. I should be clear that I'm talking about cooking in the context of most people in the UK. However, the cooking fuels that almost 3 billion people from low and middle income countries rely upon are wood, straw, dung, and other biomass. And in low income countries, this household pollution is the second greatest risk factor for early death. The women, children and elderly are often exposed to this pollution source the most, resulting in pneumonia that is not seen in high-income countries. 3.8 million people every year die prematurely from illnesses attributed to household air pollution caused by the inefficient use of solid fuels and kerosene for cooking. The World Health Organization leads the way here by providing technical support to low and middle income countries and scaling up of cleaner household fuels and technologies. But the main takeaway from this is to open windows as much as you can. away from any roads that you might live by if you can, and to campaign for cleaner air outside so that you can open your windows freely. Ask your MP to back Ella's law. Don't burn wood. And change your cooking habits to use the microwave more than frying. Avoid incense, candles, air fresheners and sprays. Air quality monitors are very helpful, but only if you have an air cleaner too. You don't need to spend a lot of money on air cleaners, however much companies selling them might make you think you should. You can even make your own, searching for the Corsi Rosenthal box online. Happy breathing!